After Duffy's exit in Reacher Season 3, it almost felt like Season 2 and Dixon never happened. When Duffy and Reacher part ways in Reacher Season 3's finale, it almost feels like the show is ignoring everything that happened between the titular character and Dixon in Season 2. Like the original Lee Child Jack Reacher books, the Amazon Prime Video detective series features a new love interest for the Alan Ritchson character in every season. While Reacher was romantically involved with Roscoe in Season 1, he moved on to Dixon in Season 2. Season 3 marked the beginning of another relationship for Reacher after he got involved with DEA agent Susan Duffy. Towards Reacher Season 3's ending moments, the titular character parted ways with Duffy as well, which paves the way for him to pursue someone else in Season 4. While it is debatable whether the show's approach towards featuring romantic relationships is effective, it is hard not to notice how Duffy and Reacher's final interaction in Season 3 seems a little strange. The two characters end their relationship on a high note with no bitter feelings towards one another, but the way they separate seems to completely ignore Reacher's history with Dixon. Reacher Season 3 isn't actually the first time Reacher has been the dumpy. Reacher Season 3 tries to make it look like Jack Reacher has never been dumped before and has always called the shots on his relationships. When Duffy finally breaks it to him that she is not looking for long-term relationships, Reacher seems utterly surprised, claiming that she stole his lines. However, Reacher's reaction seems strange, given how, before Duffy, Dixon had done something similar. Roscoe and Reacher's relationship in Season 1 ended on a sad note because Roscoe wanted to take things further and see whether she and Reacher could make things last. She only backed off from the relationship because Reacher told her that his lifestyle would never allow him to have a long-term relationship with anyone. Hoping that she and Reacher would someday reunite, Roscoe even wrote him her number on a Clark Bars wrapper. Dixon, in contrast, might have seen a future with Reacher but happily parted ways with him in Season 2's ending moments. The fact that Dixon initiated the end of her relationship with Reacher in Season 2 establishes that Duffy was not the first woman who actively dumped Jack Reacher. She joked about wanting to take him to meet her parents, but established that she, too, understood they did not have a future. The fact that Dixon initiated the end of her relationship with Reacher in Season 2 establishes that Duffy was not the first woman who actively dumped Jack Reacher. Yet, Reacher Season 3 tries to establish that the Alan Ritchson character does not know what it is like to be dumped by someone. By the end of Reacher Season 3, the bruises weren't just on Reacher's knuckles or the bad guys' faces, they were on the fans' memories too. Because after the intense showdown in Reacher Season 3's final episode, one major exit left a bitter aftertaste: the quiet and sentimental departure of David O'Donnell's tech-savvy partner in arms, Caleb Duffy. It wasn't just that Duffy walked away, it was how the show made it feel like he never truly mattered. And in doing so, it eerily mirrored another strange omission: the near-total erasure of Season 2 and one of its stand-up characters, Frances Neagley's partner in Justice and Reacher's maybe something more, Carla Dixon. For a show that thrives on continuity through character more than plot, even the choice to make Reacher's adventures feel so disconnected feels like a misstep. Especially when Season 3 ends as if Season 2 and its emotional arcs, particularly with Dixon, barely existed. Duffy deserved more than a silent fade. Duffy, played with gruff charm and comic timing, became the Season 3 breakout character few fans saw coming. A man who could break into military-grade servers as easily as he could break into a smile, Duffy added levity, tech support, and a lived-in camaraderie with Reacher that even seasoned sidekicks in the past had struggled to offer. His scenes with O'Donnell and Neagley had a rogue special ops family vibe that worked. But once the mission was done, Duffy simply disappeared. No heartfelt goodbye. No, see you down the road. Not even a subtle nod that he might return in the future. It was almost as if Reacher the show wanted us to forget he was ever there. The problem? Duffy was there. And he mattered. So when he vanished in the finale, it didn't just hurt his character, it made the whole season feel strangely ephemeral. Disposable. And that feeling becomes even worse when you consider what happened to the memory of Season 2. Dixon's absence was deafening. Remember Carla Dixon? Reacher certainly seemed to. At least for a while. In Season 2, she was a formidable forensic accountant, a former colleague from his military days, and someone who clearly tugged at Jack's stony heartstrings. Fans latched onto the subtle tension between them. They weren't just comrades. There was unfinished business, both emotional and romantic. Yet in Season 3, Reacher doesn't even mention Dixon's name. There's not a single line of dialogue hinting that she ever existed. No vague reference. No inner turmoil. No brooding glance that might suggest he's haunted by someone he left behind. It's baffling. For a character that meant enough to warrant flashbacks and lingering touches in Season 2, the complete erasure of Dixon feels like a narrative betrayal. It's as if the show has adopted a reboot every season mentality. New team, new case, no looking back. And if that's the model, then what was the point of getting emotionally invested in the past? Reacher isn't supposed to be a procedural. One of the things that's always set Reacher apart, both in Lee Child's novels and the Prime Video series, is that it isn't your typical case of the weak procedural. Yes, Jack Reacher drifts from town to town, solving one case after another. But the emotional toll, the scars, both physical and psychological, are supposed to stay with him. That's why fans of the books remember not just the plots, but the people, Neagley, Dixon, Roscoe. They're part of his world, whether they show up again or not. But the show seems to be dropping that baton. Season 3 felt more like a soft reset than a new chapter. And the loss isn't just emotional, it's structural. By not building on past relationships, the writers are eroding Reacher's character arc. The emotional progression fans saw from Season 1 to Season 2? Gone. The complexity Dixon brought out in him? Vanished. The bonds formed in Season 3? Potentially forgotten by next season. If Duffy's disappearance is any indication, we may never hear his name again either. Why does this keep happening? There may be practical reasons for this memory wipe. Actors move on. Schedules conflict. Contracts don't get renewed. And sure, Reacher as a character is notoriously solitary. He travels light, no bags, no phone, no roots. But the show doesn't have to travel light. It can carry emotional continuity even if Reacher doesn't call or check in. It can show his internal struggle when he remembers someone he left behind, or how he avoids calling Dixon because it hurts too much. Small moments. That's all it would take. And the show knows how to do this. Neagley is proof. Her consistent presence shows that Reacher does form lasting bonds. So why not extend that same courtesy to Duffy or Dixon? What's lost when we forget? When characters like Duffy are forgotten, the show loses more than a body on screen, it loses stakes. If every season wipes the emotional slate clean, then nothing matters beyond the final fight. There's no emotional build. No long-term payoff. Duffy made Reacher smile again. Dixon made him hope again. If those moments are erased, Reacher becomes just another action hero who punches, moves on, and forgets. And that's not who Jack Reacher is supposed to be. A better way forward. The Reacher writers have a golden opportunity with Season 4. They can acknowledge past seasons without dragging in every supporting character. A phone call. A throwaway line. A picture in Reacher's wallet, okay? Maybe not that sentimental, but you get the point. Give us closure. Give us continuity. Let